face down. I'm out of jail, nigga, what you gotta say now? Niggas faking only gonna inspire. All you haters fuel my fire.
What up? How y'all feeling? Tired? Man, me too. Today is June 22nd. Yeah, because tomorrow my sister's birthday. Today, June 22nd. Welcome to Beyond the Beard. How y'all feeling, bro? Good. Besides you tired, how you feeling? Good. You good? That's what's up. Glad to have you back, man.
Glad to be back.
Yes, sir. If y'all don't know who we talking to, this is Brother Gerald, the therapist that was with us a couple weeks prior. Good dude, good conversation, good point of view. So I appreciate you, man. Ali, what's up, man?
Oh man, nothing much. I'm excited about Wednesday. I got a new PC coming, so yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. But
Oh, that's the one you was telling me about on the phone?
yeah,
Yeah.
so
Gotcha.
yeah, I got that coming, so I'm excited about that. But other than that, I'm just tired, man. I've been on the go a lot this last couple weeks, so yeah.
I went to we went to New Mexico. Rocked out there. It was dope. It was a crazy experience.
Just went to go on the trip, little trip.
Nah, me and East had a show out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's why I said I'm trying to find a cameraman I can take with me. Cause I got footage now, but it's like that footage I gotta have to give it to somebody and edit.
Yeah, right.
Whereas though I wish I just had a cameraman to follow me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was dope, man. New Mexico be lit.
I didn't even know you. I knew you was doing that tour, but I didn't know you was still like doing stuff right now.
Yeah, it's like, well, God willing, my tax bracket great change, bro. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say, man. That's all I'm gonna say. You heard?
Hey.
That's all I can say, man. You know, so I'm just praying, keeping my fingers crossed. But yeah, it was dope, man. New Mexico was lit. It was real lit.
Right.
It was different than what I expected.
Okay.
Yeah, way different than what I expected. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was cool. It was real cool. It was dope.
That's what's up. How long was you there?
2 days, and then we went to Sioux City, Iowa, and Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't realize you did that. That's what's up.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, that was my weekend. Well, my week.
That's dope.
Last week. How about you?
Is that visor translucent on that hat? Is
No.
it translucent? Oh,
No.
okay, it's just shiny. It looked from my angle. It looked like I could see through it. Okay, I see. I can't now. I was like, man, where did you get that from? It was looking clear red from my angle. Now I can see it's just like shiny.
Nah,
That's
bro.
kind of dope.
Appreciate it.
All right. I thought it was translucent.
Oh my God. Brother Gerald, how about you, man? How was your week, man?
It was good, man. Third week of summer school just ended, so going into the last week, the home stretch.
Gotcha.
Still seeing clients, so everything was good.
Cool. That's what's up, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're gonna tap in and get straight into the show today, man. Our topic for today.
See y'all in a minute. Appreciate y'all.
Respect. Our topic for today is going to be why men need other men. Now, when I first presented this to some people, they was like, "What y'all gonna be talking about this week?" And I said it. They was like, "What?" Pause.
Why pause?
Right. See, right. Hold on. I'm great. Get to that. Right. I'm great. Get to that because, and then my thing with that was this, right?
Come on.
I said, you can't be that immature, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I said, second of all, don't pause me. I hate when now we may do it to each other joking, but in a serious like, don't pause me. Because for one, what am I saying that comes off as gay to you?
Yeah.
Or what is on your mind about what I'm saying that is, you know what I'm saying? So, and then my thing is men understand men. Men conversate with men. So if we don't have that type of conversation, why is you even, you know what I'm saying? So I had to get that straight. But yeah, you know, niggas, man. It's just I don't know how to, you got black people and you got niggas, man.
Listen. The last person that paused me, we was on the game and he paused me. and he was live. He was actually streaming his game while we was playing. They could hear me, and look, he wanted to quit within 2 minutes because everything he was saying was pause worthy.
Right.
And it's funny that you pausing me, but you're not realizing the shit that you saying.
Right.
I don't have the time and energy for it. But yeah.
Right. Yeah. So why men need other men. The danger of isolation, real friendship versus surface level talk, and how to build a circle that holds you accountable. So we can jump off into the first one, the danger of isolation.
Yeah. Well, like most men don't talk. We talked about that, before. And that's an ongoing thing. For real, from episode 1 to now 6, is like just men don't really talk. A lot of times they hold it in, bottle it in, was taught to bottle it in, and things like that. So I have buddies who I've known for years, and I try to get into a conversation with them, or just try to have a real conversation with them. We on the phone, and oh man, somebody calling me. Let me call you back, and I don't hear from them.
But isolation doesn't necessarily have to be you just not talking or bottling something in, right?
Yes and no. I mean, when you sent me the topic, when I thought about isolation, you can be popular and be isolated because there's no depth. For me, isolation is when you don't have any relationships with any depth to them. There's no meaningful conversation. There's no meaningful exchange. There's no growth. There's no pushing. Like the saying goes, iron sharpens iron. Well, if we not sharpening each other, we all walking around blunted and not able to do nothing. So being able to find that connection, like you said, it's not taught. It's not encouraged. If anything, you get to, like say, Paul, man, or no homo, and it's like, what? And again, working with kids, I see it, and it's like nobody gets that you're setting yourself up for failure. So,
and then that's kind of the thing. Is like, I've been knowing this guy for 30 years, and we try to get to those points of having a conversation that may be a little bit deeper, or getting into family issues or whatever. Let me get off. I gotta call you back because it's like he don't want to really talk about that. So I don't know if that's like his way of isolation, but I think it's just dangerous because you just sit with your thoughts when you're isolated.
Right.
For me, I don't really got no dudes that I could talk to like that because they gonna run from it. Not that I'm not willing to, it's that they're not. You know what I mean? So I just think the main danger of isolation is your thoughts eating you alive,
Yeah, I can see that. It's never been that bad. It's never happened that way for me. My danger of isolation is I get bored, right? So I may isolate myself, or my isolation is different. It just comes from, I don't know, I think it may come from like past trauma. Cause I don't trust shit.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because everybody that I held close to me hurt me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? From my right hand man who set me up with the feds, and I went to the feds, and like it started there. Nah, it didn't start there. It started with my mother and father.
Right.
More so my father than my mother, because my mother was a functioning addict who still was there. So it started with my dad, you know what I'm saying? But I blame my mom for following behind him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I can recognize certain things, but I just don't be knowing how to get through it and get over it.
Yeah,
Or where to start with that, what it looked like. You know what I mean?
Now, is that in isolation you don't know how to get over them? Because see, for me, when I was really going through it mentally, isolation helped me.
But I'm gonna tell you what's weird, what's messed up, and I recognize this too, right? I'm cool with isolation, because I did 6.5 in the feds, right? My last 18 months, I was in solitary
was gonna say,
confinement
you-
until my release.
Right.
Because I split this dude head open with a mop
Yeah,
wrench.
you was talking about that.
So I was in isolation, 23-1, for 18 months. I became good with being by myself and being cool with that. I was fine. I had my own conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Yeah. Some people would say that's crazy. Me, I feel like them. That's what I'm saying. Like isolation, you know. And I've never been in that type of situation. But I know when my last job that I was working with or working at, a lot of the times I worked in the plastic manufacturing company. So a lot of times I'd just be working on this machine. And I was really fucking good at it, so they could leave me alone and I could just do my job for 8 hours.
But me, bro, it was 20. I'm locked in the cell 23
Yeah, that's
hours.
different.
They bring when it's time for my hour rec. They bring the cell. They bring the shower to my cell,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then they let me take my shower. Then I come out, and then I'm in a cage where I can either work out, do whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For whatever remainder of the time I got left for that hour. Use the phone, whatever the case may be. But I had so many write-ups for fights, cutting, because I'm on Rikers Island, bro. You know what I'm saying? My first bit, I'm on Rikers Island. So we cutting, it's some shit going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So my prison record was because I had to defend myself and protect myself. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't be around nobody.
Yeah.
So imagine for 18 months, it's just you in this cage.
That's rough.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen people go crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like it can go either way. Like you can work it out or you can go crazy.
my man Light, he was back there for like 2 years. 2 years he was back there. And he had a chance to come out. When he come out, he'll attack a guard. And they'll keep him in there. And they started giving him this medication. It wasn't Thorazine and I don't know what it was. But he was different. He was totally different. So when he came out from back there from the SHU, which is the Supermax Security Housing Unit, when he came from back there and came out to the compound with everybody else, he was batshit crazy.
Yeah.
He wasn't the same dude. He knew who we were, but it didn't take nothing for him to click. And when they called medication, I don't know what it was they was giving him, but he could not wait to run to the front of that damn line and get whatever was in this cup they was giving him, bro. You know what I mean? It was weird, but that was that isolation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And for some people, it's an escape. I mean, I remember during COVID, I'm at home by myself. We're doing everything on computer, so there is no interaction.
Right.
So you quickly figure out, do I really like me?
Or the people you in there with.
Are you the view? Yeah.
Man.
And like I said, in my case, I'm by myself.
Yeah.
But I can see how that forced a lot of people to really take a hard look at
Introspect.
inside and out. Well, if I can be chill by myself, why I got all y'all around? Now, again, can you develop those relationships, cultivate those relationships? Because it takes time to get to that depth.
Right.
Think about, like, it's not like walking in the ocean. You don't just drop off. It gradually weighs yourself down. And so as you get deeper and deeper with folks, you find, okay, this far as you can go. You can only get to 4 feet. And that's cool. I keep you at 4 feet. But as I find those people that I can go into the dark water with, where you're down there, and we talking about things that are really impactful. We're trying to figure out who we are, and we're challenging each other. Those are the people that you grab onto, you hold on to. And then, like I said, you start building your community, and it kind of organically happens.
Gotcha. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But I got a problem with allowing even with. I've gotten better with um, building relationships and allowing people, you know what I'm saying, to even get to know me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I'm not, I think I'm the coolest dude to get along with.
Right.
I think I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm easy to talk to. I'm empathetic. I'm sympathetic. I can put my, I can look at things from a logical standpoint now. Um, yeah. But when it comes to other people, I'm like, nah, nah, I ain't fucking with you.
Yeah.
I'll let you only so much, so far. And then I might feed you certain stuff to make you think certain things or let you, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just not great. But if I, you know what I'm saying? I done felt people out before, you know what I'm saying? And all right, yeah, dude, genuine. He, you know what I mean? He good people. I can probably give you my address. Seriously.
Yeah,
Because for 5 years, I lived 7 minutes from my sister. She had not a clue where I stayed.
That's wild.
Telling you, bro.
But I get it. I get it.
You know what I mean? Because the people that have always held the closest to me always hurt me.
Right.
And it was always the people I said I loved. Somebody, Joe Schmo, I expect that.
Right. Right.
There's no loyalty, respect. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing. So I expect you to be backhanded and, you know what I mean? I'm going to deal with you accordingly.
Right.
But it's always the ones that you hold close. You be like, damn, what the fuck was that? My back bleeding. So, you know what I'm saying? And then you look back and it's your cousin, one of your sisters, or your right-hand man holding a knife. Like, damn, that's what you was waiting on?
Most of the time, that's who it be.
Yeah.
Someone close.
Yeah.
access opens you up to be hurt. That's part
Which
of
is why I started closing off that access because I be damned. You know what I'm saying? I just closed it off.
Yeah. I recently had somebody ask me with what I do I ever feel like fear someone getting the drop on me because I, have to sometimes give people my address. I mean,
Yeah.
there's 39 people that know where I live that didn't know where I lived before because of live in the living room episodes and everything like that. But most of the people that I even allow to have that type of access to me now are business associates.
Yeah.
Because I really don't have any interest in like personal relationships anymore in my life. All my relationships, I just have interest in business relationships, because with that, you know what you want and I know what I want. Now, I do have to still be cautious of the secret agendas, but at the end of the day, in business, we talk numbers, we talk money, and that's, so I know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know what you expect. I know what I expect. But personal relationships, I feel like everybody who I allowed, they put the knife in my back, or I can't talk to them. Like I said, I got a 30-year partner. I can't talk to him about nothing, or anybody, cousins that they're gonna run from these conversations. You know what I'm saying? Or to turn into something that's funny, and then we get away from the conversation.
Yeah.
So, for me, I just, as far as accountability, people who I look to hold me accountable, all those people within the last few years have come from business situations. I don't feel like nobody ever held me accountable in my life, and that's the reason why I am where I am instead of where I could have been.
Gotcha.
But also, the people that I'm saying this about, they didn't know how to hold themselves accountable. Because, my parents was young parents, as a lot of ours was. And they try to do the best
Right.
Like my mom wasn't on drugs or anything, but my dad was in penitentiary. My mom worked 2 and 3 jobs. And again, like we talked about this previous, a workaholic and a drug addict or alcoholic is damn near the same shit. Because you just, for me as I grown, it's like, okay, you worked and worked and worked. You was always working for us to have a place, a roof over our head and things, but you wasn't there. And it's no better than you being an alcoholic or a drug addict and just not being there, regardless if you're working. It's still,
Right.
So, like isolation, I was the only child until I was 10, so I was always kind of isolated. When kids would come over, my toys and shit is off limits. Like, leave my shit alone, because y'all don't know how to take care of nothing.
Right.
Right. So isolation was never like you say I'm having these conversations with myself and things like that. Well, I was having those too, just not realizing it because I'm playing with toys and having conversations through these things as kids do a lot. If you sit back and watch them, and I'm quite sure you recognize this dealing with children. You sit back and watch them like, damn, they talking about their mama beating their daddy, or their daddy beating their mama ass through these toys or drawings or whatever it may be. It happens a lot. So
Yo, I've seen that, bro.
Yeah. like it happens.
I was at this chick house, bro, and her daughter was playing with this doll. So we in the kitchen. It's like 4 adults in the kitchen. We all sitting there, and I hear this little girl say, "Sit your bald head ass down. You think I'm fucking playing with you?" So I turned and said, "Who the hell was that?" And she got the doll, bro. And when she's snatching it, I said, she seen that. She seen it, or she experienced it herself. Cause she ain't just get that from just out the blue.
Right.
Yeah, they ain't just popping to her head.
But they laughing like the shit cute.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, that ain't cool. That's not funny. You know what I mean? So I'm like, and even I left.
Yeah.
I left the crib, bro. I'm like, nah, I'm out of here, man. Y'all bugging. I swear, I walked out. Cause I'm looking at this look and like, she said it with like such conviction, bro. Like, sit your bald head ass down. You think I'm fucking playing with you?
Like, yeah, it
And
wasn't
she's snatching it like.
wasn't no first time thing there.
I'm like, y'all laughing? Like, y'all think that, you know what I'm saying? And I got a real thing with that because one of my sons, bro, suffered from shaken baby syndrome. So that type of shit right there, it bothers me.
Yeah.
It bothers me when it comes to children. You know what I'm saying? I get upset. It takes me back to think about what happened to my son with the babysitter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it takes me somewhere totally different. So when I see people acting like that towards kids, I be ready to pop off. So I just remove myself from the situation. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't even understand. Because they don't know what I went through or what my story is. So you don't even know why I'm upset at you.
Yeah. Right.
And I don't even want to sit and explain to you why I'm upset with you because that's going to make me upset.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And you trying to convince me that I shouldn't be upset about
Yeah.
it is gonna make me even more upset.
You know what I'm saying? So
now I'm gonna got my hands around your neck. And
right.
your back.
Now I'm tripping.
now
I'm tripping.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, all right, cool. But yeah, man, that type of shit just blows me.
And that's something that's very, very, common. Like that a lot of people think that shit is okay. And then, then when you say it's not okay, you're gonna become the problem.
Right.
Every time.
So real friendship versus surface level talk. Yeah. What does come on.
Again, it doesn't happen overnight. I've been fortunate. And I really, when I think about my life and growing up, I was blessed. It was my mother and I. My mother was older. And when my stepfather passed, we had to make some adjustments. And I just happened to end up in a neighborhood where some people looked out for me. and it was like, hey, you don't seem like the rest of the kids over here. What's up? What's your story? What's up with you? Why you don't catch the bus like everybody else going to school? Wait, why you got on slacks and dress shoes? Where you going? And through that curiosity and trying to figure out why my life looks so different, started to open up, friendships developed, and then, like I said, over time, we've always been there for each other. And like I said, even amongst, I can count maybe less than 10 people that I'm really close to. And even in that 10, all 10 don't know the entire story. But between the 10 of them, they can tell you the entire story. Because, again, and then what I figured, the other thing that kind of popped off and kind of made me really feel like I was blessed was every time I got them together, my friend from situation A and my friend from situation B could sit down, talk. And I was like, wait a minute. I assumed that's how it's supposed to happen. Till I started going, when I went away to college and got out in the world, and I was like, wait, this ain't everybody's story. This ain't how it works for everybody. And so, again, being able to see that concrete contrast was like, oh, okay. And again, time, and time and luck, because like I said, I don't know why my mama picked for us to move where we moved. I have no clue. Never asked her. Didn't really care. But out of that, made 3 friends that I've had since I was 9. The next great down for whatever friend that I got when I graduated from college. And again, I pledged, I'm online with 14 other guys. I'm tight with one. He called me right now, hey man, I'm sorry, I gotta go. And the thing about it is, he's met my childhood friends and they cool. And like I said, just down the line, those people I can say consistently have the same types of qualities. And again, it's hard to find, especially when you don't know what you're looking for, which again goes back to the isolation piece when you just trying to make friends, quote unquote, and you're not really sure what friendship should even look like. Because again, it's not like somebody sits you down and say, hey, this is what a real friend looks like. This is what a real friend will and won't do. This is how friends value you. And I tell kids all the time, now was that really your friend? He telling you to disrupt class so y'all can't get no work done. He got a C, but you got an F. Is that really your friend? And kids like, huh? They don't get it. They don't see it.
Right.
I got to hold you accountable. I got to want you to do better for yourself. Because if one of us rise, we all rise because we all connected. Again, can I find that, and am I patient enough to find it? And then, do I even know what I'm looking for? So that's why when you said it, I was like,
I got one friend, my best friend. We don't even call each other, like, we call each other brothers.
yeah.
We've known each other since 92. Yeah, 92. When I first left St. Louis and moved to New York. So, no, actually it was 91. Because I was 13 when I had my daughter. And it was 91. Yeah. So I was turning 14. Man, I am 47. And when I tell you, me and this brother never had a fallout. We've never switched on each other. I've never switched on nobody. If something go wrong, it's because you didn't like my response to what you did. That's how I feel. And if I did, I know how to apologize for any wrong I've done to anybody. And then some people, I just don't even care to give them an understanding of what went wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I really don't. You take it how you want to take it. You feel how you want to feel. Spread your story the way you spread it. But if you come to me with it, we're going to have a problem.
Right.
I leave it at that. You know what I mean? But me and this man, like he knows. When I tell you this man know everything about me, and I know everything about him because we talk every day. So what's going on in his life and relationships and his health, he know, I know. Vice versa. Social security numbers, emergency contact. Like if anything happened, look, this is where you go for this, and this is who, you know what I mean? Like, and he's the only person in my life that I can say, besides my, my woman, outside of her, he's the only person that I got that bond with like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not even family. Cause I got, my family is mad big, yo. Like I'm realizing like I got a lot of family on the east side, the Rockets and the Ketchins. I just found out that Greg Oden, the basketball player, I just found out that was my cousin.
Oh, wow.
Cause my cousin Shakur from the east side, I'm just finding out like he know a bunch of people in my family. I got a lot of relatives, very few family. Shitload of relatives.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But family, I've created my own family because of, again, the isolation piece and letting people next to me who've hurt me, you know what feel good and what don't.
Right.
So that's how we end up creating our own, me anyway, that's how I end up creating my own circle, my own family. And these people don't share a lick of DNA, blood with me, no nothing, but treat me way better than people I grew up in the house with, starved with, share the same mother and father, DNA, bloodline, et cetera, cousins, whatever. So I never get nothing but truth from him. If I call him for advice, if I call or he called me, man, we just had a conversation today. He told me his piece is stop working on him. Not comfortable you gotta be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To tell you, like, hey man, my piece ain't working, man. I need some Viagra or something, man. My piece ain't working right no more. I don't know what's going on, bro. You know, but he's been through a lot. He got in 2010, he got shot 14 times. And then 2 weeks after that, he got shot 7 times.
What?
Yeah. He got hit a total of 21 times within 3 weeks.
Within 3 weeks. I ain't trying to laugh, but that's crazy.
He was in the masjid, sleep. His wife at the time set him up.
Oh, wow.
Dudes came in the masjid, shot him 14 times in the masjid. I still got the pictures of how the bullets went through his body, through the floor. His stomach was open, the whole nine. Yeah. They took him to the hospital, did what they did. Two and a half weeks later, he comes home. He's in his car dropping his mom off at church. Got one of his friends in the back seat. They was coming to kill his friend, but because he in the car, he said all he heard them say was "get him too." Now, mom just got out the car to go into church. He's getting out the back seat to get in the front. So when he gets out the back seat, they gunned him down. And because he dropping him off and he's there, get him too. Yeah. But they let mom go in church. I'll get him too. And they hit him 7 more times. And then he went to prison because he's an ex-felon and he had his gun in the car. So when the police came and the ambulance came, they found the gun in the car. So here he is with 21 bullet holes in him in prison. Not getting the proper medical care that he's supposed to get. The whole, you know how that shit go. Yeah. So, yeah, you know what I mean? Me and his brother have been through a lot together. A lot. I don't even tell my father I love him. You know what I'm saying? But that's the type of relationship we have. There's no surface level, nothing. Everything with us is 100% authentic, real, true. This is what it is, bro. I need your help, and vice versa. And that's the only real, true, authentic friend that I know that I have. That's it.
Do you think you can replicate that relationship?
Yeah, I could. I think I could. But see, it's I have a short patience. I have a short tolerance for the bullshit. So I'm not going to sit here and invest.
Yeah, I don't think, to be honest, I don't think a relationship with that type of longevity is replicable. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you can replicate that because it's just too much time. You've been
You
knowing
can
them.
build. That's
You
what
know,
I'm
you've
saying.
been
You
knowing
can
them
you can
since you was
start to
14, you
build that with
47, you know what I'm
somebody.
saying? Yeah.
Yeah, you can
That's
start
like
to
a
build
lifelong
that.
relationship,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like we
I-
went to school together.
I don't have
You know what I'm saying?
anything
We
like
didn't.
that
You know what I
with
mean?
Anybody I know, like
Yeah.
anybody I know. My best homie, he got killed a few years ago by the ATF, and I mean, even with him, as I grew up and left the neighborhood and was a man on my own, I realized that we was just boys.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And as I, became a man, and I would have a conversation with these guys that I grew up with, I realized that you're still the boy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That you was back then. You still talking about the same shit. You trying to put the same things together. You got the same harebrained ass schemes. And it is what it is. That's still my best homie. R.I.P. to my dog. But it's like I grew up away from that. You know what I'm saying? And I wanna have a deeper relationship with people. And it's crazy because I have so many relationships. I've been thinking about this a lot this week. Like I'm in relationships with so many people because of what I do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's people that call me talking about this and that, and I absorb a lot.
Even with this thing that we do, we create relationships in this underground music thing and
That's
the
what it's
social
all about.
this media thing.
It's one of the biggest things that I talk about is relationships are very, very important. So I've got a lot of relationships, but none of them are really. I don't have deep relationships. I don't have a lifelong friend.
You know how you be so connected to people and you don't even know how you're connected to people, but you can be connected to people.
Yeah, that's something I find myself.
Like, okay, for instance, Rocky, he's sitting right back there. My wife, he's known this man for I don't know how long. I've known Rocky not near as long as they've known each other, but I've known him. We've always been cordial, cool, never know, you know what I'm saying? But it took for him to see me, or her to see me talking to him and be like, you know Rocky? I'm like, yeah. Oh, I've been knowing him since, like, damn. And not even knowing the relationship that they got is so cool. So now it doesn't make me be cool, but it's like, damn, I got respect for bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. And then when she tells me, like, hey, you love me, so, he's like, he cool people's like, all right, cool. So even if, God forbid, I'm driving down the street, see him banging, I'm jumping out the car. We getting it in.
Right.
That's just what it is, just how I
Now,
move.
see, I feel like I have those type of things.
Yeah.
But that's just, kind of like who I am. Like,
Nah, because there's some
but
niggas
yeah.
I can see getting beat up, and I'm
well,
going to keep right on riding.
yeah.
I'm going to keep,
Yeah. When it comes to, certain people.
You know what I mean? I'm going to
they
keep
can
right
hit
on
it.
going.
But it's like,
Damn, they pounding his ass out.
Yeah,
Damn.
damn,
Oh,
that's
that was a
fucked
good
up.
one. Damn. And then I'm going to tell him my song.
I saw you get your ass
Hey,
beat.
man, was that you on Kings Highway? I saw them dudes stomping your ass out.
Why you in here?
Why you? Man, shit, traffic was deep. Shit, traffic was thick. Shit, I had to keep it moving.
Nah,
I just glanced. I thought I saw you, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sat there and watched the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? But some people, get up off of me. You know what I mean? We ain't letting that go down. Yeah, so, am I wrong for that? I don't know. Well, whatever. You can't whoop me.
I wouldn't
know.
say that. Not in today's. I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of people get their ass killed because of trying to help, sticking their nose in shit that they ain't even had no business sticking their nose in.
And a lot of times it be over female. It ain't got nothing to do with no real money. It ain't got nothing to do with no, you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't come up and punch your grandma in the stomach. None of that. You beefing over because I made $5 more off a sale than you did, or you saw me in your chick DM. So now you want to kill me. Or you inheriting beef that ain't got nothing to do with you from somebody older than you or from a neighborhood that you don't own nothing in.
Well, that we've got a whole culture of that.
Yeah.
So
I'm just saying.
we've got a whole culture of that.
Yeah.
I'm not. I've been to a point where I wanted to do some things, but it wasn't because of the woman. It was because of the mouth of the person that was affiliated with the woman. It really didn't. I didn't have no care about the woman at that point. It was just the things that person said. I think it's really crazy to want to, kill somebody over the woman. But hey, people mind, man. Love is a crazy thing. So temporary insanity and things like that. But yeah, I don't have no. It's crazy. I don't have no friends like y'all got, man. I don't got no friend. I think that's cause like
shake a hand, meet a friend, man. Shake a
no,
hand.
I mean like, but it's like we building a relationship.
Right.
So that's the thing. But like, I'm just saying, like looking back, I ain't got no friends like that. Even my cousin, who I consider like an older brother. You know what I mean? We don't talk every day. I don't talk to him every month. I don't talk to him very often at all. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I don't got those type of relationships, man.
See, I think that's the misnomer of friendship, though.
Is that you have to talk all the time.
I ain't got to talk to you all
that's,
the time.
That's yeah. But the thing is that,
like I said, my frat brother lives in L.A. I see him one time a year. But every time we get together, it's like we ain't never been
like you just saw him yesterday.
Right.
But when y'all get together, y'all are able to have those from surface level to deep dark conversations.
Oh yeah.
I don't have that. You see what I'm saying?
I ain't got that at all.
Yeah, we can have surface level conversations. When I try to get it, I'm gonna call you back. I got it. Because they ain't. People don't want to do that. In my world. You know what I'm saying? And in his world, he ain't even allow a motherfucker to do that. And the one person that he does, he been knowing them since 14. That's a 30-something, 33-year relationship.
Yeah.
We
ain't never fought, argued,
that's
nothing,
longer
bro.
than you've had with any woman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you closer to him than brothers, sisters, relatives. I don't got that. And don't get me wrong. Me saying I don't talk to them once a week, once a month, because like you said, I got people. I know people. I ain't talked to them in a year, but we get together and it's like, hey, never missed a beat. Mm-hmm. But it's just it's never missed a beat on the surface level. Right. And that's just being real. A lot of relationships you look back, well, these was relationships because we smoked, we drank, we was just in that neighborhood together. You had shit that I didn't have. I couldn't be in my mama's house, but I could be in yours. That's what I realized. Because my house was the middle of the block. This was the go-to house. I had DJ set up, all the gang systems. I had that. This was where everybody was at, was my crib. So, but now looking back, what was they there for?
Right.
Because there was somewhere to go. They couldn't smoke in their mama house. They couldn't shoot craps in their mama house. They couldn't DJ and spin records and rap and do all this shit in their mama house. They couldn't play the game and be loud in their mama house. I could do that because my mom wasn't there. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if all that wasn't, would those guys been my friends? You see?
Just like you had the mongoose back in the day.
Oh, I had that. Oh, I had no, because the mongoose.
Especially if you had pigs. Especially if you had pigs on your shit.
Dino GT.
Oh, the Dino GT too. Yeah.
With the pigs.
With the pigs.
The gyro and the and the mags.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We had more friends in a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because of the bike.
Yeah.
So I get it.
But if you didn't have those things, then would you be like? It's a lot of guys. I look back. They was very popular in high school. Well, why? Yeah. Did they look much better? Were they star athletes? No.
Right.
They was on the team, but they wasn't star athletes.
Their mom and dad kept them dressed good. They had new shoes all the time.
Had the polo.
Always had a
They
haircut.
had the starch. You know, we had heavy
Right.
starch with the crease back then. The Eastland boots, that was hot back in the 90s. You remember?
Yeah.
You remember?
I had a few pairs.
The button up, they got the haircut every week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They popular.
Right.
Me, I'm JanSport book bag tees, white tees, t-shirts, hoodies.
Right.
First of all, I don't even care about none of that shit. I'm a Wu-Tang fan. Timberlands.
Right.
I'm coming to school every day just in case it's gonna be a fight.
Right. Right.
Selling drugs, nobody knew I did that shit.
Right.
Cause I was isolated to myself. I knew everybody in school. You look back now with Facebook and shit. Oh man, everybody, Ollie this, Ollie that. Man, I wasn't popular back in high school. Y'all just knew who the fuck I was. I had big hair.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I gotta see that picture.
Yeah, I be posting.
I gotta
on
see that.
Facebook like all
I gotta
the
see
time.
that photo. I've missed it. I've missed that post every time you've
next
done
time
it.
I post, I'm gonna tag you in it.
I've missed that post
It's a
every
picture of
time
me
you've done it.
with an afro, and I'm at my DJ at my tables, at my turntables.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
I know there was a once upon a time, but
Yeah, it's
I gotta
always-
see it.
there's always a once upon a time. But you know, like I said, just back then I wasn't. You know.
Yeah, I get it though. And shit, yeah, it makes sense. Makes perfect sense. So, how do we build a circle that holds you accountable? I mean, that's kind of easy, right? Just get rid of all the yes men. But how do you determine a yes man from, you know?
For me, like it's just my accountability people that I have, because even though I say I don't really have friends like that, I do have people that hold me accountable. But all these people are professional people. You know what I'm saying? And it's like 4, 5 people that when certain things happen and people try to play me like I'm crazy, that I reach out to and I say, hey, these are the facts. Am I crazy? And they say, nah. Usually, nah, you're not crazy. Like 100% of the times, nah, you're not crazy. They're, you know, and it's not that they are just yes men, because I don't want no yes men around me. Like these are people that they don't have no reason to be yes men. These are professional people that I know. I want them to tell me I'm fucking up, because most of these people have been doing the things that I am doing for 20 plus years. I've just been doing them for the last 5, if that. And when I got people that's been, you know, I got Grammy nominated producers and shit like that that's telling me, nah, what you saying is correct. That's the people that I look for to hold me accountable, because the regular people that I know, and I don't mean to say this like, but the people that I know are just regular stiffs. They work a job.
Yeah.
They pay their bills. They 9 to 5 people. They don't have any fucking idea of my life or the life that I come from or any of that, whether it be business or drug dealing. They don't have any idea of those types of lives, because they just 9 to 5 working stiffs. Their ideal of starting a business is, look, I'm gonna get me a pickup truck and I'm gonna start hauling some shit, or I'm gonna get me some lawnmowers. I'm gonna start. That's their ideal. I don't really. All the people that I want to hold me accountable are people who are thinking about the craziest fucking ideals that those people don't think will ever work.
Yeah. Understood. I had a. I understand what you're saying, but I had to, when you were saying like, am I tripping or what you think about this? That works 2 ways, I think, because for me, let me use my instance, right? I have a cousin, right? No matter what I say or I bring to him, hey man, am I bugging because I think da 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 da? Nah, cuz fuck that. We need that.
So, But that ain't the people. Those are yes. You know, that's a yes man.
Right. So after a while, I had to realize, like, and then it would take my lady to be like, nah, Stink,
That
chill,
ain't it.
fall back, chill. This is what was said. This is how it was, but this is how you're looking at it because you got to take it this, that, and out of it and think about this. You know what, babe? You right.
And I got people that.
But my cousin, this nigga was ready to send me off the roof.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm ready to dive in this dude's shit.
Because
Yeah, but my lady like, no. Slow down. Think about this. This is what he said. You heard this. You didn't hear this. You just heard this. And I said, I presented it the same way to the, you know what I mean, to somebody else. And he like, yeah, cuz we need to handle that. This nigga tripping. I'm like,
for me, fortunately, when I have these situations, there's written documentation or video documentation. So I can present this to the people. And I've done it while live. I told you before, I go live and I pull it up the Facebook post. Now, this is what they said. What am I taking out of context from him calling me a bitch asshole ass nigga? Where am I?
oh, that's just plain and blatant. You know,
that
that's nothing.
But that's just the, overwhelming circumstance of
Right.
example. But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? It's there. It's documented.
Right.
It's no like he say, she say. A lot of times in my world, with this is something this person has said it, video, or posted it. So there's evidence. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just. And then there is times like I got a person who says, well, maybe you looking at it this like that, or you can't say this, you can't, all right, I get that, but still.
Man, my lady holds me accountable, and sometimes I hate it. I hate it. Because it's the way she do it. You know what I mean? It's the way she do it. And sometimes, like, I don't know. Listen, I'm going to tell you this. She is smart as hell, bro. I've never met anyone as smart as she is. I just haven't. And she has this certain way of just making you feel dumb without even knowing she's doing it.
I see. My pushback would be: is she making you? Is that how she's presenting, or is that how you're taking it in?
See, that's
the type of shit she be doing.
Right. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
That's
see
what
what I'm saying?
she be doing right
that
there.
she does that. She does that right there. Now,
But that's a legit.
But that's
question.
no, it is legit. It is legit. But she know what she be doing. She know what the hell she be doing. She know what she be doing, bro. I'm telling you, she do. She do, man. She know what she be doing. So it just be like, and then she has this thing she does where she just be like, and that be like, I'd be like, man, I don't even want to talk no more.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say shit else to you. Because when she do that, that's the like, stupid. You know what I mean?
Can I reframe that for you?
Mm-hmm.
That's her giving you time to catch on to, okay, maybe I am over here and this ain't where I need to be, because that's not what the situation was even being. Again, part of what helps build those relationships is you have to have a very good understanding of who you are. And you know, just like I do, most of these jokers walking around don't have a clue who they are. They who society has said they are, they who social media done said they are, they who whatever has
Their
pushed
peer
them,
group.
whatever influence has pushed them to be, that's what they're trying to live up to. Again, I think, like I said, I think I was blessed because I was real comfortable with who I was. I knew I was the fat kid with glasses who was exceptionally fast for my size that could also play every sport under the sun. And I had the book smarts. So again, where you don't catch the bus like everybody else? I go to a different school. Yeah, why you got on dress pants and why you got on loafers? Where you going? You got church today? No, I'm going to school.
Right.
And again, didn't bother me walking in and out the neighborhood like that. Yeah, and
Yeah, you had a fortunate experience
Right.
because, man, that just could be a recipe for disaster depending on what neighborhood or whatever. It don't listen. Some neighborhoods they ain't even listening to. They ain't even asking you why you got on the fucking slacks. You different, you getting your ass beat.
Right.
Until you don't come out the house with no slacks on no more. That's just you. You was very fortunate, my brother. Like you very fortunate.
And I think I'm, what am I? At least 5, 6 years older than y'all, because I'm 54.
I'm 47.
I'm 46.
Yeah. So society had changed
It did
a lot.
drastically.
Oh, it was a huge
Drastically.
change because, again, coming up, it was y'all leave him alone. He ain't like the rest of us. He getting out of here. Let him pass.
And you still had those guys. I will say you still had those guys when in my time, you had those guys. But I feel like for me, that I was already gone. Like I already had to put myself in a certain type of situation, or I might not even be here, because I don't know what it was that changed so drastically, but a lot changed.
Yeah.
I was born in '78.
Yeah.
You was actually like I say I'm an '80s baby because I didn't experience the '70s.
Right. I was born in 77.
Yeah, y'all caught the tail end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people be arguing, you was '70s? No, I'm not. I cannot. I didn't experience shit from the '70s, man.
Right.
He-Man. That's what I experienced.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Centurions and
Voltrons
Brave
and shit.
Star.
Yeah.
Heart of a
and
lion.
then,
I am
like
a
I
tiger.
said,
Ears of a wolf.
like his age group, they kind of was like y'all kind of was in a weird place when it came to this gang banging and drug dealing shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. For our age group, it was like we was right in the midst of this shit.
Yeah. Yep.
And it wasn't, and we was kids, so it wasn't no escaping that shit in a way. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's crazy.
So, it is 8:04. It's time for us to get up out of here, let the other show come on. But that is why men need men.
Men need more men. While we talking about accountability, more men need to hold men accountable.
Yeah.
Period. Point blank. That's what I think. I feel like it's just too many times where men don't feel that they can be comfortable holding other men accountable, and most of the time, it's women holding us accountable. And when a woman holds us accountable, we feel a certain type of way because in the hierarchy of things, the man is supposed to be over the woman, and it makes us feel a type of way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I feel like men there's not enough men in young men's lives holding them accountable, especially for our generation. We come from a generation, like I said, is a little different than his, where they actually had OGs. We did not. Our OGs became dope heads and got killed and went to prison. And we started running shit ourselves. So,
anything you want to say?
Accountability.
Just reception. Like I said, can I take somebody holding me accountable? And again, that's that self-reflection piece.
Yeah.
Can you really look at yourself and say, hey, why I always get mad when somebody want me to do better? Why I always get mad or frustrated because they disappointed in a bad decision I made? I knew it was a bad decision when I made it. Why I'm mad at them? Because they ain't approved. Right.
Yeah.
And that's, like I said, that's that first step to that accountability piece. Is can I look at myself with that hard lens and say, you know what, you fucking up.
Right.
And I can't be mad because the people that value me see me fucking up.
Right.
And there you have it. We have spoken. Thank you guys for everybody that's listening, everybody that's tuning in on your lives. We all appreciate you for tuning in to Beyond the Beard today, this evening. Look out for us next week. We're coming back with more topics, more conversation, more interesting views. See y'all later.
Peace.
slowing down, I ain't stop. Motivation.